and she's going to be looking above her as well to make sure that none of it drips down on her.
Okay. So you travel inside.
Mhm.
Anyone else going inside?
I am cleaning off that goop. Yeti.
Okay.
Are we all together, or is it just those three?
No, you're all together right now. So you, here, I'll drop it. So you're just on this map. So basically, he's just going to the cave that's not on the map, and then you guys just got done. So you are not covered in goo, Theris. However, everyone in the red circle is. You look inside, and as you kind of fly inside, it's not too far in. You find like a little chamber off to the side, a hole that looks like maybe it's too small for that creature. It looks dark inside. You'd have to get a bit closer to actually look inside.
Even with dark vision?
Yeah, it's just the angle, more or less.
Okay, she'll fly towards it.
You kind of look in there. In here.
Hello? Are you
Hello?
alright?
And you kind of hear a few voices call out in a couple of coughs. We're in here!
We're here to help.
Watch out, there's a creature!
Yeah, it's dead. Again.
Yeah, we know it's dead.
No, it's dead.
I know, you should run!
No, like, we killed it.
Oh, good.
Are
Alright,
you here stuck in there?
It chased us into this cave and we've been here for days.
Well, you can come out.
You see, like, one of them pops her head. A couple of them are kind of weak and sitting in there. They look out. Like, come on, guys. And they start to load out. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Alright.
Okay, a couple minutes.
Is
Okay.
a 20 sufficient?
Yeah, you just kind of start to cough. Whatever this green stuff is putting off some major fumes. You kind of cover your mouth. As the dwarfs come out of the little area, make a medicine check as well.
With her vast medical training.
It's not specifically for that. You look at them, they're kind of covered in like these little purple bruises.
Okay.
So like their eyes are kind of sunken, and they kind of are bruising like in these little purple small bruises randomly across their bodies. More towards like where muscles and joints are.
Ari will be sure to be ahead of them and just going to use prestidigitation to try and kind of clear a path for them to walk without walking across the green stuff.
How are you doing that with prestidigitation?
Yeah.
You go to use prestidigitation.
Doesn't
Does
move
nothing.
it? Oh, okay, there goes that idea.
Roll an Arcana check. Theris, I think, is still AFK, but unfortunately, not able to derive anything from that. I mean, it looks undead, but that's about it for what they picked up. This material is magical. Whatever this goo is. You're not sure where it came from. But it is magical.
Watch your step.
They kind of just like walk through as best they can, trying to not step in like giant puddles or anything. So they slowly make their way out of the cave. You watch, guys, as Ari comes out of the cave with, let me get a full count. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Hey, Theris, these gentlemen could use your assistance.
Is he still AFK?
Yeah, I think he is as well, but,
Doc, or not Doc, I'm so used to playing Doc. Cross kind of looks over at them coming out. He's like, whoa. Actually, hold on.
Oh, hold on. Wait a second, Bill. Is that the image I think it is?
Huh? No, you've never met this character.
No, it just looks familiar to a certain individual we've come across.
No, different character. You haven't met this one yet. He looks over at them. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." He's like, "What's wrong with them?"
Well, she'll gesture to the dragon's green that's everywhere. That stuff all over the inside of the cave.
Burrs runs over to you guys. He's like, "Everyone, get away from it now."
Who does?
The wizard, Burrs, the alchemist.
Okay.
William will go over to Ferris and see if Ferris will clean him up. And he's gonna go over to it for a bit. Do you want to help the? You watch as Cross kind of sits here. He's like, "All right, you guys just stay there. Don't come any closer." Did you want to help any of the party members get try to burn goo off or do anything weird?
Oh, I mean, if like Deft or someone wants me to burn the goo off, sure, I can burn it off.
You could probably burn it off, but you can't prestidigitation it off. How are you wanting to get it off too, Def? You said you were trying to get it off.
At first, I'd probably just try and wipe it off.
Okay. You kind of wipe. It's kind of slimy-ish. You feel a little dizzy too, by the way, Def.
Ari, I don't feel too great. Can you help me out?
Yeah. What can I do? She'll land beside him.
Get the goop off. Do your worst. Hold up my arms.
We pass a river, lake, stream.
Roy, you would probably, let's see, where you are, you would have probably passed a few that you would be within like 500 to 750 feet or so.
So she's gonna do some dragon's breath here, and
I like how you go straight to Dragon's Breath for spell efficiency.
well, I mean, he did say do your worst.
I'll be fine.
Wait.
He's fireproof.
Thought.
Fireproof.
The whole party at once with fireball.
No, they didn't ask.
Oh, fair enough.
If they ask to also have it burned off, then, possible.
All right, so you are going to blow fire at your friend. Feel free.
Now, hold still.
Oh, D&D.
I assume, do you want me to roll a save on him or just damage?
Oh, yeah. No. Save. We got to play it legit.
Oh, guys, by the way, there's a river back there.
Fire.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and drop your damage. You just watch. It's not.
Just dodge it.
It is. Yeah. No, it does nothing. So you think about it. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
no.
Okay, apparently it did.
Did it?
Hold still.
With cone? I just picture like Def sitting there, like, okay, do it. No, don't do it. I didn't think this through. All right, so you managed to burn. It kind of like blackens in some areas, but yeah, you burn most of it off. You kind of brush it off. You still feel pretty sick though.
Fire purges everything.
Yeah, thanks for that. I feel much better.
You hear Wolf start by Max.
Are you sure you're okay?
You hear Burrs while he's looking at the undead thing.
I don't really know.
He's like, we need to go now. He's like, stay away from them. He's like, you two, with the dwarfs. He points to Deft and Wolfgart. He's like, I don't know what this is,
Do you have like a tonic or something that can cure it?
Not here. I don't know. And you watch as he cast Dispel Magic over this area and is just going to obliterate whatever remaining magic is on this dragon. And you kind of watch as the goo and everything just kind of melts off.
Oh, that could have worked.
And then you watch as he falls over.
I assume Theris would probably be running over, but as he's currently AFK, she will head over and
I just
kind
sit
of-
down what I'm doing.
Welcome back.
You've been asked to check out the dwarves as they've come out and seem sick. The alchemist has warned us not to go near the dragon. He cast a dispel magic and then collapsed and
And the other cleric also warned you to not go near the dwarf. So basically, what happened? He told you guys to get away from the corpse. You guys noticed some of you are starting to feel sick. He basically said that the two of you, so Deft and Wolfgart, need to get away from the party and go near the dwarfs, and everyone needs to stay back from the dwarfs. And himself, he dispelled magic on the corpse. The blue goo holding the bones together kind of melted away, and then he passed out.
I think he's unconscious.
And who's telling us to stay away from him?
Burrs. So that's the alchemist who owned the shop.
And he's currently unconscious.
Yeah, he told you to stay away from it, and then he dispelled it, and then he passed out. And he said you guys need to get going, but to stay away from the people that are sick.
Let me see.
So.
Yeah.
Passed out guy. 6, what was once 8 individuals of assorted races. It's like half dwarf. There's some humans and like one halfling. They're just a bunch of like cool wannabe Indiana Jones guys. They're not like good fighters. They just are archaeologists.
Hey, Max, can you do like some of your paladin-y stuff? Help them?
Sure.
I think
Nice.
Let me
Um,
just paladin up right now and the 5 points of lay on hands to cure disease on who?
one of the dwarves. They've been infected longer, which means
Um,
they're probably more susceptible. That and the old man.
Touches the dwarf. No effect.
Is there anything I can tell from my skill in medicine or just arcana?
You can check them out. So just keep in mind he told you to stay back. So if you have any precautions, you may want to think those through. But yeah, you're free. Your arcana check on the corpse didn't really yield anything. You could tell that this was obviously created by some sort of magic or process that used magic. But other than that, you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, the paladin's immune to diseases, so he's not concerned about it.
Yeah, he is immune to the disease, but he cannot cure it. So, we have a passed out wizard who cannot move. A bunch of sickly dwarves. What do you guys want to do? The dwarves can at least walk. It may take them a little while. I think we lost Bronken. Did you crash or?
Yeah, it looks like
There you are.
fantasy
Oh,
grounds.
As long as I get your voice, that's all I really need. So,
Max will next try a lesser restoration.
you watch while you're doing that. Garen walks over and he starts talking to them. He's like, "All right, all of you, line up." He's like, "Don't you come any closer." He's like, "We're moving out." You're trying lesser restoration from who?
Max may as well, because it says it can cure either one disease or one condition afflicting the individual. The condition can be blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned. So,
No effect.
the shot. No effect.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well that's his paladin-y stuff.
He's like,
Potentially do it.
"That's everything I got." All right. So, how you untransport your dear friend, the alchemist.
Hey, Deft, can you carry him?
I can try.
I can carry.
Are you sick?
Oh, and by the way,
Oh,
until
wait,
you're
Max can
cured,
carry him.
Deft, Wolfgart, and Burrs cannot regain hit points.
Say if you give me,
Ooh.
do we have time to take 10 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
I want to do a ritual and perform detect poison and disease.
Okay. As part of this, roll an Arcana check for me.
Also, Max will just carry Breeze. I think Max is strong. Deft?
You go to cast your spell there. There's definitely something here, but as you go and where you would normally pick up what it is, it almost gets more complex the harder you try to figure out what it is. Whatever this is, it seems like it may have been created.
So it's coronavirus.
No.
It's finally come for me.
Well played, sir. Well played. But yes, except magic.
Magic coronavirus?
Magic coronavirus. I made this before coronavirus happened, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, so you're going to sue coronavirus for trademark, right?
So bad. Now we're going to have to rename ours. But yeah, so that's basically what you pick up. Whatever this disease is, someone made it. And roll a wisdom check. Damn, that's a good roll. You start thinking about this, you think about the corpse, the disease. Someone did this on purpose.
Can I tell if it's highly viral, like contagion, like it's going to spread? Does it need to be contained? Was it for specific
You have
targets?
no idea. The person who probably would know the most about this here is currently passed out and infected.
And he told us to stay away, so it's probably.
Yeah, you gather from his words before he passed out, it's probably very infectious.
Something more than a lesser restoration.
Yeah, Max already tried the lesser restoration and his
And lay on hands, and it failed. It's some sort of magical disease.
What about remove curse?
Try.
I have it prepared, so. And you say 2 of our people have it?
Yeah, Wolfgard has it, and Deft has it.
Okay. First one, I'll probably just reach out and touch Deft. Like, let me see if I can fix this.
You go ahead.
Yeah, remove curse.
You touch Deft?
With
No effect.
my gem hand.
Yeah. Oh, Roll. You still fail. Roll an Arcana check with advantage. Your hand may be smarter than you are. Oh god. Hold on.
That was either a 20 or a 1.
Why not both?
It's still pretty good.
20 and a 1. Oh, Nobel, don't forget to roll for our halflings dice.
410.
He already rolled them, and he had used them, remember? He has a 3 left.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed at what I remember from
No,
this.
you could have a 1 left because the last one.
No, one was
20
the
and a 1.
prior day, and then he went to sleep.
The prior day was a 20 and a 3. The next day was 20 and a 1.
I think the first day was a 20 and a 1.
No, because you made a comment that at least it's not a 20 and a 1, and then the next day he promptly rolled a 20 and a 1.
Fair point. Hold on, let me finish this point.
I know, because he used that freaking 3 to screw with my perception check.
Yeah, I remember that. Ferris. Actually, I'll just speak it out loud because they all know, but they don't get to know anyway. More or less, you hear a voice in the back of your head. It tells you this magic is very high level necromancy.
Does any insight? I just think to myself, and how do I counter it? Or how do we counter it?
It looks
Slit
at
the
you,
victim's throat. They can no longer feel pain.
and more or less, the answer you get is, if you burn them, we'll be safe. The feeling it doesn't know how
When
to
I hear
kill.
that, I just kind of my eyes cut towards Ari. Like I know someone who could do that.
No, you get the feeling the hand means like permanently burn them.
I know somebody who could set their bodies on fire and burn them.
There you go. Hold on, let's see. I don't think he has.
Yeah,
Oh, out of all the things I didn't take, gosh darn it. Note to self. Add correct 5th level spell to cleric. I do not have greater restoration on me. You know who does have greater restoration on him?
Who?
Want to take a guess?
New one
Is
who's
it the
not
unconscious
or,
guy?
who was it? The druid that's not here.
Burrs.
Yeah, the unconscious guy.
Unconscious guy.
I mean,
Oh wait, no, he doesn't. Nope. Okay, I'm thinking of someone else.
I was gonna say, well, what he gets for being unconscious and having greater restoration is us
He is a very
freaking
fun
making
alchemist wizard. He is essentially a semi-cross between a wizard and a druid as far as his magic goes.
The wizard.
A wizard.
All right.
I want to think to my hand. I'm like, can we resist this? I'm speaking as in if we're one.
Mm-hmm. No.
Guys, this is powerful necromancy that has done this intentionally. I don't have a way to counteract this or prevent it. And it is you. We're going to have to quarantine everybody. And I step away from Deft. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh, beans. It's okay. You tried.
Don't worry, we're gonna find a cure.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, the only cure is purification, the flame.
We already tried.
The dwarves all just start looking at each other, and the humans are like, what? What did he say?
Purified by fire, they're going to have the bodies have to be burned.
All right.
Dad, what if you drink fire?
I don't know if I want to try that, but it's certainly a.
It sounds like a promising idea. And you hear Cross is like, I don't think that's a thing. Don't do that.
Well, maybe not for you.
He just kind of looks at you. He's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. All right. So what's the plan? One man down. The sick.
Paladin is gonna carry
Can walk.
unconscious man.
All right. Because he's immune.
Yep. I mean,
Okay. So he puts him on his horse.
he doesn't have Zorse.
He can summon it.
Yeah, but it takes 10 minutes.
I mean, you have 10 minutes. We did a couple of rituals during this time. I'll gladly let you just say you summoned it. Otherwise, you're going to have to carry him and you're going to go much, much lower.
Sure, I guess. I mean, I know he didn't want to yet, but it doesn't cost material components, so yeah, sure.
Okay.
I suppose.
So you put Burrs on the horse.
To the west.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to... basically need to be walked anyway, so you can at least put him on there.
If
So-
only he had a unicorn.
Heading back, or did you want to do anything? You didn't really. You went through a lot of it. I mean, you're probably not going to find anything on the body, but if you want to take any bones or anything, you're free to do so. You're not sure
it's
what it
probably
did dispel part of it, so just keep that in mind also.
Yeah, it's probably a bad idea to take the bones. So Croc him, put him down.
Oh man.
But this one's shaped so
Um,
cool.
Before we leave, Ari will burn
Mm-hmm.
the dragon's corpse.
It's you're gonna need to build like an actual fire. There's not any material to keep a fire going. If you want to burn bone.
Would, say, a tree be sufficient?
I've got some oil.
What about a tiefling with a radiant aura?
I will burn you all. We'll say you spend some quality time burning
We'll
your
just,
dear friendly
quickly
corpse.
chop down a tree, toss it on, and we'll just ignite it.
Throw the oil fire. Done. What about the cave?
I mean, yeah, we could burn it in the cave.
Fireball?
No,
It's
that
about
could cause
fireball
too much splatter.
size.
That would cause too much splatter, potentially, of the goo.
You could cave it in, but then someone could always dig it up later too.
No, we'll just we'll probably just have the thing over there and have toss the tree in or something, or have Max drag it in and then we'll just set it on fire.
Okay. It's very smoky.
Did I
Smoke is
miss
fine.
something? Why is Max? Max is immune to whatever the dragon's giving off.
He's a paladin. It makes
They
him
are immune to
completely immune to
disease.
diseases. Basically, divine intervention is saying no.
He can't cure it, but he can't catch it.
Exactly.
All right, so you guys start to head back, or is there anything else you wanted to do?
After burning the goo and the dragon, I think it's time to head back.
Okay, for
Could run
expediency
multi-class
sake,
7.
we'll say you guys basically make it back. When you basically get within distance of the city walls, I need everyone to roll a perception check.
Nobody should know better. Also, this is the point where the entire party takes 7-level paladin as multi-class.
To all of our auras stack.
No, I believe it does. I think it does specify. I thought they did, but I was looking. Maybe that's just. I don't know. They might not.
Gronkum and Theris roll perception also.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This
Oh,
crowd's being stupid.
Oh no. Well, so far, Deft is heard.
Your protection does stack. Okay, sweet.
It stacks? Where do you see that?
I didn't see a spot where it says it doesn't.
Anything that shares the same name does not stack. General rule.
But there are things that do share the same name and specify they do not stack from the same source.
But the general rule is if they have the same name and the same effect, no stacking.
But it would be odd that they would make specific notes for that in some cases.
No, it just may be more additional notes. It's literally written in the book that way. Like, I'm not bullshitting you.
Scour's rulebook.
Or as we call it, the PHP.
Do you know if that's in FG or if it's or if you had to actually scour the PHP to find it?
If it would be in the library, and then it would be under the bottom left-hand side for the models loaded. You would have books. I don't know how much it gives you. I know I can open them. It would be under adventures, so probably not. But if you can, every book should be in there, more or less. Oh, look at my mods are in here too. Aw, so cool. The evil one is right there. Kalsto's NPCs. All right, so I'll let Tim roll when he gets back in. But Death,
Yeah.
you have this weird sound. It's kind of foreign to you. To you, the human, it sounds like this mechanical, like moving sound, like some sort of contraption, but very off in the distance. You look up, a giant spherical, semi-clockwork mechanical looking orb flies over your guys' head, lands on the ground, and continues rolling forward down the road towards the city. You see it now. Deft was just the only person who heard it.
What was that?
Was that a big ball of metal?
And it just is like rolling down the pathway at
Quickly,
probably
or-
decent speed. Yeah, it's cooking. It's decently big too. Like this thing probably has like a 30-foot radius on it.
Is Gronkum faster than it?
No, close though. He's pretty
How
fast.
far away is it?
It's probably going like 60 miles an hour.
How far away is it at this exact moment?
Probably at this exact moment it jumps over you and continues going, probably like 250.
Gronkum, can you stop that?
It is far bigger than Gronkum.
Doesn't answer that
I
question.
can try.
Yes, no.
Malcolm starts running after it.
That's the spirit.
Make an athletics check.
I'm just going to dimension door in front of it.
Okay. All right, so you dimension door in front of it.
I guess actually probably more to the side of it, so we can like grab.
Your
Since
call.
it-
You tell me
Since
where you
I
want to
put
go.
it in front, we'll go like just ahead to the side, so we can grab it as it's going by. Because I get the feeling if I just drop them directly in front of it, the two of us are going to get hit by it.
All right, so you're gonna put them to the side. Grunkum, what do you want to do? How are you trying to grab it?
Well, it's just a big orb, right?
It's massive. Like this thing makes the Indiana Jones boulder look like a baby.
Well, I guess I got to get in front of it because there's no protrusions or anything on it, right?
No, it's spherical. I mean, it's not like a solid surface. There's definitely other parts, and basically the outside is rotating on it. It's big though. This is probably going to hurt a lot. So you teleport him. He goes
and
to stop it.
as he's doing that, I will also give him a stone skin.
You go to stop it. First thing that happens, your hand that is injured breaks.
I forgot about that.
You
Breaks
get
or
run
falls off?
breaks. We'll see what happens from there. You get run over because it does not have time to stop. You take
Stupid.
Are you raging right? No, you're not raging. 37 points of bludgeoning damage as you get run
I did put
over.
a stone skin on him, so he's still halved.
Okay, so 37 reduced to 18, right?
36,
Eyeball?
3, 15, yeah, 18.
Yeah, so you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you just get plowed over. Thankfully, your skin's a little thicker right now. And it just keeps cooking down the road.
Are you okay?
He's
I
kinda
jump
like,
up and run after it again.
your hand is not there. It takes you a minute to pull yourself out of the indent in the ground and snow, too.
Oh god, is his hand still on the sphere?
You're gonna have to find it. So first of all, your wrist is bleeding. How do you guys want to find that?
I'll
Locate
hold up
object.
the stump and Ari, did you?
Yeah. She'll rub a flame in between her hands.
Cauterize?
Yeah.
You don't even need to take damage. You can stomach that. Okay, so How are we finding the hand?
Does he have any
Yeah.
rings or anything? Or like a
No.
bracelet?
The hand is separated right now. I'm pretty sure it qualifies as an object.
Can I use the rolling stone on it?
Locate object does not work on flesh.
Yeah.
It
You
only
said
Well,
I
works
took 18
Hold on,
points
does
of
that
How
damage.
about the
that it-
bone?
Does that
Organic.
mean? Hold on. Does that mean that locate object would not work on Wolfgar's coat?
It would not work on Wolfguard's coat. Yes.
I'm just
For
gonna
you wearing
send
gloves?
Socken.
Wolfguard's coat's a whole different situation now.
Sokken's gonna sniff it down.
All right, so whoever's looking for the hand, I'm going to need some perception checks.
I'll guidance somebody. Whoever's got the best chance. So you get an extra D4.
Sokken's found the hand.
I love D&D so much. So
It's
much.
running over with your.
Grockum's still chasing the
Yes.
orb.
Oh, it dusted you. Completely dusted you.
He's still trying to follow it.
You see Grogum like running down the path. Deft, something you notice. You look at kind of the trail that this orb is leaving, and you notice about every 30 feet there's a hand.
Grockum! It's on the orb.
Grogum's off in the distance, just running after the trail of the Okay, so Grogum runs down the road after the orb. The orb, or the hand is stuck to the orb. What are the rest of you doing with your sickly infected dwarfs?
Battering them.
Okay, so here's the plan. Since we can't bring a bunch of diseased people into the city, Ferris, you and I are gonna go to the alchemist's shop. Oh, wait, we can't bring stuff out.
Why can't we bring stuff out?
Because there's that barrier that stops stuff from being taken out.
Darren says, "We need to speak with my father." He says, "Here." If you watch as he pulls off a ring off his hand, he's going to walk over to you guys and look at you. It's like, "Here." And he goes ahead and gives it to you, Theris. He's like, "Show this to the city guard. Tell them you want to speak to the king to inform him of this situation, and he'll give you an audience."
Okay.
He's like, "I'll stay here and guard these gentlemen." He's like, "Do me a favor to bring this note to my men," and he'll write a note really quick and says, "Send them this way, and we'll begin building a place to hold them for now." And you watch as he literally goes over and just starts chopping down a tree.
That's hardcore. I respect that.
He's the prince. He's raised to run this place.
And he can also do basically anything he wants.
So you have a signet ring from the prince. Are you going to leave Burrs here and Wolfgart and Death, or what are you doing?
No, everybody that's
hear
got
me-
disease
hear me-
has to stay.
William will stay with them, or not William.
No,
Max
he
will
won't.
Stay with them. He's hiding in his hotel.
All right.
Max will stay with them as well.
All right. So Max
Alright,
will stay.
so
Burrs will stay. We'll just.
I don't know what the king will think.
Cross just kind of sits there. He seems very perturbed by the situation. Like, someone did this to infect the competition in the city.
Yeah.
He's like, "Who told you about this?"
Some dwarf?
You sure?
Probably. But I guess it was probably hate to say it, but it was probably that team. I'm trying to look my notes quickly to discern the name of them again.
Which team are you referencing? I'll tell you which one.
Did
The
we do an
one,
insight?
The tiefling manager.
The tiefling, the one with the different types of tieflings, and the one with Balog the Black. That one, or the Dark Elves?
No, the
next one.
Okay, this isn't exactly Dark Elf MO.
Yeah, they're from a northwestern continent, is all you know. You're not sure which one.
I think that is Westies Continent was their name.
West East?
I think that's
Northwest? West East would be nowhere, because West is left and East is right.
That's the name I had written down for them.
Northwest.
Northwest? Okay, sure. Northwest Continent then. That's the correct name for them? Or at least that's the name that they're registered as?
That's the only information you have. There is some language conflicts on some of the...
I think.
Did you say West East was wrong?
Yeah.
Because I also have West East written down.
Maybe I drunkenly said West East.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said West East.
Yeah, so anytime someone tells you two completely opposite directions, let me know.
I mean, we just assumed that that's what their name was.
No, it's Northwest.
Not like it was an actual direction. You need to go 100 meters east, then 100 meters west, and then come talk to me.
They're the hometown.
So maybe the Northwest Continent team?
Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna find out though. And he he goes off towards town.
Damn. Alright, so either I can go with you to see the king, or I can start raiding the alchemist shop for possible cures.
Why not both? I think the Signity's saying is so we can get things out of there, or if they have the same kind of materials.
No, I think the signet ring is to get you an audience with the king.
Right, but if we need materials from the shop, they may know how to. Maybe that's something they have on all shops, and they can either override it, or we can find the materials within and tell them what we need, and someone that may have authority to take out or have elsewhere.
No, we just gotta bring him there and dump potions on him until he's better.
Exactly.
It's just dump potions. That's all we gotta do.
Well,
Drunk
I
him.
mean, one of them has got to do something.
Yep.
While this is going on, you're quite a distance away from the party. You're running. The trail continues. You've lost sight of this thing quite a while ago. And you roll a perception check with advantage. You look off to the right and hear a massive crack sound. Huh? And you look to the right, and this massive old growth tree starts to fall over. And you just hear a voice yell, "Look out below!" And it like smacks like right in front of you. And you see this little thing pop up. Are you okay?
Can't talk. Chasing. Jump over the tree and keep going.
Okay. You look. Probably run for about. You probably run for about an hour. Before it gets to essentially where the town is, and then the trail. So it gets up to like the front gate.
And the trail just stops.
Stops.
Is there anybody at the front gates?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big kingdom. There's a couple guards, big gates, people randomly out in front. There's like little structures in other areas. Standard kingdom stuff.
Anybody see a giant ball rolling this way?
You see about 5 kids that just, yeah, that was so cool.
Where'd it go?
They point up.
I look up.
You look up, it's the cliff face that the kingdom is built into. Like, yeah, it went straight up. It's so cool.
Grunkum crouches and then jumps and flies straight up.
So you start, boots going. Whew. You start going up. Whoa! All right, so you spend your time. You basically get the top where it kind of comes down. There is some sky opening into the city. You look. You don't see much of a trek. You see disturbed and broken stone. It looks like the orb probably went somewhere into the city. Although you basically, you're not sure where it went. However, you don't see where it went. You're not sure if it got moved somewhere or if it got possibly. Maybe it's not here now.
Okay, I'm gonna land exactly in the same spot that I took off from, and then
Oh, you're gonna go back outside?
yeah,
Okay, so it'll take you probably like 30 minutes to get back.
okay, and then once I do get back, I'll and make my way back to the rest of the party.
All right, so you land. You want to land in front of the kids?
Yeah,
You land in front of the kids. Oh!
superhero landing.
Wow, so cool. They start like trying to imitate you and like jump off stumps. And then you run back the other way. You basically follow the trail back.
You see one of the kids cutting off his hand. Yeah.
Okay. So you can continue running back.
Yeah.
Alright. So while that's going on, you guys
Theris and Ari will be making their way to the city guards.
I'm gonna cut down some trees.
Alright, so as you guys start heading back to you're gonna help cut down trees? Oh yeah,
I mean, I was told to stay.
Alright, so you head back to town. You do eventually pass or come up to Gronkum, so you see this log in the middle of the thing, and then you basically see Gronkum like jump off the top of it. So you find whoever's traveling down.
Did you find your hand?
I did not. I lost the orb as well. It went into the city and disappeared.
And you see the tree start to be pulled into the forest.
That's weird.
Yeah, somebody cut it down, nearly squashed me while I was chasing the orb. Should we find out why it's happening?
We gotta go see the king.
Grunkum nods and joins back up with Ari and heads towards the city.
Who all is going back for reference?
Back to the king or
Ari
back
and
to
Theris
the
for sure.
So Ari, Ferris, Gronkum, William. Yeah, William, and Cross already left.
Alright.
You passed Cross on the way back too. All right.
William, Gronka, could you two stop by the alchemist shop and see if you can find anything that would help?
You watch as William starts climbing up Grunkum's back. He's like, sure, onward, noble steed.
Grunkum growls and then goes towards the shop.
Tousles your hair.
Quickly or walking pace?
I think
Walking.
Gronkum. Aww. Where's the vigor? All right, so you go towards the shop with William. You're going to go see the king with Ferris? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So you go over. As you walk to the castle, Def, how are you cutting down trees?
That's a great question.
I'm
This
just
is
seeing
terrible.
you in my mind looking at a tree at the moment.
Like a
Yeah,
beaver.
he's just doing his best, I think.
Persuasion. Now listen,
Yeah,
we both know
I've
that you're
got
gonna
my
get cut down. It'd be really nice if you just kind of like fell over yourself, maybe.
I'm just gonna start hacking it with one of my short swords because I got so many sharp objects. Maybe start with one of the smaller ones.
You maybe get like a tree down.
Yeah, that sword is gonna need some repairs.
You spend a long time working on this tree.
Did he leave his axe? Or what was he using to cut down trees?
Oh, his big axe. He's already cut down like 5 trees.
Okay. I've helped. I've done my part.
Your tree might have been a little old. Saying. All right. So, let's see. Grunkum. Get to the magic shop. What do you and the halfling wish to do?
Well, Grunkum has no idea what potions or anything, so he'll just put William down and let him look.
He's like, so wait. We're just going to go in and take whatever we want?
No, we're just looking for something that will help.
Well,
We're not
don't you
taking
think...
anything,
But hear
because
me
we
out,
can't take anything out of here.
Hear me out, though, big guy. Do you think it works when he's unconscious? Because if he's unconscious, just saying, don't you think he'd be very appreciative if we helped him out? He probably wouldn't mind.
Grunkum shrugs and says, well, guess you could try.
It's like, that's the spirit.
Grunkum ducks behind the desk, the
He-
front counter.
You have to get inside first. He runs up to the door. He's like, yeah, it's locked. What do we do?
Grunkum will try and pull the doors open.
Roll an athletics check. Won't budge.
I shrug. Well, I guess we can't do that. Let's go find Ari.
Hold on. Let's see what I can. Why don't you kick it in?
I already lost a hand. I don't want to lose a foot, too.
Oh, come on. Go through spells to see if he has a call. Nobody ever has knock. Fireball. Nothing says knock like fireball. He's like,
Boom.
He's like, what if we blow it up?
That's a bad idea.
What if we melt the door?
He's got a lot of really valuable things in there, and if we melt the door to his shop and people rob him blind, he's not going to be happy.
Being blind's not so bad. Henry's blind and he doesn't look blind at all.
Okay, I'll try and kick it open. If it doesn't open, we go find Ari.
Fair enough. Athletics with advantage. Doesn't budge open. Damn it.
Does he have a
Well,
20
that's that.
still?
Let's go.
Oh, he doesn't have Dispel Magic either. Damn it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Does William have a 20 left?
Does he have a what?
Does he have a 20 left? Or did he use it on the gun?
He already used it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he just doesn't have anything that'll do it. Nope. Unfortunately. So he gets back on Grunkum. Onward! Alright, so you two get to the gates.
Mm-hmm.
Starts going with you. Like, hold!
We need an audience with the king.
I'm sorry, you're gonna need an appointment before you just show up.
Well, this is possible issues that may concern the health and the well-being of the entire populace. And I hold up the signet ring.
Yeah.
Spice as an appointment?
Go ahead, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Which one of us, or both of us?
There.
Sure.
Got the ring. Kind of looking at that. Takes the ring. Wait here. You guys wait a couple of minutes. You see, let me grab my book. Oh, what's that bastard's name? Come on, Huh. You watch as this dwarf in like ceremonial looking armor, not necessarily what you think this guy would wear out in combat. Be of some higher rank of importance comes down. Bring the prince's ring. What can I do for you?
We need to speak to the king. There's matters that concern him.
I've been sent by the king.
Well,
what is the issue?
Is there a place we can talk more privately?
Yeah, he'll bring you into like a little room inside. Like, please. And he points down the chairs. Feel free to sit.
Yeah, she'll take a seat. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went out to go see the Explorers Guild members, and turns out that there was some kind of undead dragon-like creature that spewed out this green stuff that infected a bunch of people. It's apparently very magical in nature.
Not really an area of my expertise, but I follow what you're saying.
The alchemist and whatever his name is, I forget.
Oh, he's not from here. They don't know who he is.
I thought he had the shop here.
It's portable.
His shop is portable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alchemist name. I name him whoever, if he may or may not know him. He is one of the infected, as well as several of the. Wasn't it the other participants in the tournament?
Yeah. So the entire Explorers Guild team is infected. 2 of them are dead.
We think this may be foul play, but this is a very contagious, and someone created this plague. It's magical, and I'm a priest, but it's beyond my power to help. And this is something that could spread to the city and surrounding areas rather quickly.
And where are the infected now?
Explain how far out they are and all.
Okay. You see him call over someone. He's like, send some people. And you watch as he runs off. Like, thank you. Unfortunately, I think the prince probably a little too close to this. So we'll send some people out to go help out and figure out what to do.
They don't need to get close to any of the infected, or they will themselves become infected.
Oh no, they know what to do.
They got biosuits, don't worry.
Well, not that we're used to this kind of thing, but we have plans for that. Thank you very much. Your friends are sick, you said?
The dwarves are.
And
okay. Well,
some of our friends, yeah.
We'll make
the
sure
alchemist.
They all get care. Have any of you been exposed? Did you kind of see this not panic look on his face, but shit, probably should have thought of that before I walked in.
Start coughing. I say, no, not at all. No.
He looks at you. He's like, son of a bitch, I should have been a paladin like my brother.
Here's some contact with campus.
What's that? I couldn't hear you. You're super quiet.
She said, I've been near some of it, but I haven't actually made contact.
I'm like, well, just why don't you go back to your dwelling? Stay there, rest. We'll send some people by later, but better safe than sorry. Don't want this to spread. He's like, I'll send some people with you, and he sends about 6 people with you guys to make sure you make it back to the dwelling. It's like, no offense.
I feel like this is house arrest.
It's better than the alternatives. I'm sure you understand. It's I'm sure we'll get this all sorted out. It's like in the old days, they just would have burned you all alive.
I set
It's like,
myself
thankfully,
on
we've progressed. And,
pretty.
like, plagues don't do well in confined cities.
That's why we came to warn you.
Like, very appreciated. So he says, if there's anything we could do to help, please just let us.
Mm-hmm.
And he sends you with your escort. About the time you guys get to out of the front gate, you see Gronkum and William running up.
So, you two are probably coming with us to be quarantined.
Like, come on, guys.
I don't know you.
Roll a deception check. Advantage. So you look totally out of place. One of the aides looks at you, looks at Ari, looks at you. Like, come on, big guy. It won't be long. We just need to make sure you're okay before we let you out with everyone else.
What about the prince?
Oh, we're sending people for him too. He's with the sick people. Like, we're bringing you guys just back to your house. I was like, is there anyone else at your house?
Sir Edward should be there.
And the guard.
Where's Madeline? Also at the house.
Was Madeline at the house?
Pretty sure.
I think we
thought,
brought-
did William stay?
Did we
Someone
bring her
stayed.
with her? I
No.
think we brought her with us.
I'll have to make her a test to remember she's there. She's like, I'm right here.
So,
She probably actually would have stayed near death. Actually, hold on.
even with the dragon?
She's not attached.
That's good.
So she's like staying near where death is. So she's probably with Max.
Alright.
So we'll have to get him out of there. Don't want him getting caught up in all this too. So they escort you guys back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you managed to get the singular tree down. Spark's just sitting there, like counting his arrows, making sure he's got enough. Burrs is kind of like cold sweating.
I'll just kind of pat him. Hang in there, buddy. How are the how are the rest of the people looking?
They look the same. They don't look like they've gotten any worse. You do watch as a couple of dwarven soldiers come up and start looking around and looking at the prince, and they a few of them escort the prince off, and then they start like working on setting up tents and things for you guys and making like a camp. You notice someone. Well, so watch as an individual kind of walks up. There's kind of like a crowd in the background, kind of like wondering what's going on. This guy kind of walks up towards Max. What the heck happened to you guys?
We fought a nasty dragon, I think.
I know that image. Dark? Or not, Noel?
Like a live dragon?
No, it was definitely dead, but we made it more dead.
Props.
I just look kind of proud.
And it's like, he kind of looks at your weird pile of shavings and damaged blades. Like, so what you guys doing?
Helping?
Are you guys okay?
Uh,
He like starts to step back a little bit.
Don't worry.
oh
You're
yeah,
already sick.
you probably want to stay back from me. This guy, and I point at Max, he's fine. The rest of us, not so much.
What? Like, is your friend over there okay?
I hope so. I mean, he cast a spell and he cleaned up the area, but he kind of passed out.
On a scale of 1 to 10, the answer is no.
Um, I could help him, but I have to touch him. I don't have any. Sorry. Like, he kind of like looks around, trying to think of some sort of a solution. He's like, "Can you guys step back a little bit, maybe?"
Yeah.
Like,
You know, he's an alchemist. He can probably help the rest of us if we can get him back on his feet.
okay. You watch as he kind of like takes this scarf he has and kind of like wraps it around his face as he can. And you watch as he kind of like holds his hand over his mouth and he like mutters a couple of words and you see like this rune appear on his mouth. It's like, oh god, and then you watch as he puts a glove on. Single glove. Like, that's he doesn't look well. It's like, are they getting him help?
I hope so. I mean, we sent some people to get some help back to us, but no word yet. Are you the help?
It's like, I'm not a healer. I can maybe try to stabilize him.
I mean, wait, did the kingdom not send you to help us? Who are you?
No, I'm just passing by.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I'm sure we all do.
It's like, really, you guys need to get him to a doctor. Like, you watch as he pulls out like a little tiny notebook, kind of just flipping through pages. Okay, one.
Do I recognize this man?
Uh, his name is listed. Do you recognize this man?
I've seen him. I've seen his face.
You probably have seen his face. So on your notebook,
No, I've seen him. This is the group we spied on.
Mm-hmm.
so in your notebook, I believe you have an entry for Zyax.
Let me flip back.
This is one of the individuals you spied on, yes.
Where did I write? Was he the guy with the book?
Yes,
Mm,
he was the guy with the book. Like, well, here goes nothing. He goes and watch the spell fades. No effect. Damn it. And he kind of watch. He rubs the glove in the snow a couple of times, and then he like puts it into a pocket and like uses his coat covering his hand to pull the glove off into the pocket, and then he kind of like prestidigitations his hands.
Good to be safe.
He's like, sorry. He's like, is there anything I can do for the rest of you, or you need me to like go get someone?
We already got people coming. You know what? Thanks though. Thanks for trying. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay. Like, well, good luck. Make sure you're good in time for the competition. Don't want it to be too easy. He just kind of winks and walks off.
I'll wave, and my hand is like visibly shaking.
All right.
Play it off because I'm sick, but I'm actually terrified.
All right. He's gone away now. So yes, Zyax, did you find your notes?
I did. I don't have much on him.
What did you have written down?
I have robe man human, and that's it.
Robe man human. Did you write down the notes about what the book looked like?
I don't think I did.
Roll history check and we'll see. I know what it looks like.
Probably bound in flesh.
It was squishy and nasty, and I didn't like it.
Uh-huh. Close. Yeah, it was kind of like skin colored. But
Yeah,
that's
after
not the book
recognizing
he
him?
pulled out. The book he pulled out just now was about a quarter of that size, and it was like a little dark blue notebook.
Yeah, after recognizing him, I'm sure Deft would have been freaking out, but still trying to look normal.
Wolfguard's like, isn't that guy?
Uh-huh.
You think he?
I hope not.
What if he?
I'm not gonna think about it.
It's like, should we?
Probably.
Max. Max. Nurse. He would call him nurse.
Medic.
Nurse.
What's going on?
It's like, can you come check out Burrs over here? We may or may have not let that guy cast a spell on him. We weren't really sure who he was, and then we just remembered who he was. He may have been from the team.
I'm gonna nudge Burrs with my foot. Is he still breathing?
He looks the same as he did before. He doesn't look good, but he doesn't look any worse.
So yes, he is still breathing. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like cold sweat, not conscious, but breathing. Shallow
Good
breathing.
to confirm that, because I mean, her previous response there. Is he still breathing? He looks the same as he did before.
Was he breathing before? Confirm. Damn it, computer, confirm. Okay.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, I have a.
No.
Where's my
It's
pen?
much worse if you have notes about it.
Uh-huh.
Your notes are so much less forgiving than my explanation.
The notes I took from that day are just such a mess. It's hard to find stuff.
You're
Well, I mean, we
probably
were
writing down a
recording
lot
stuff.
in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And
like-
not all of it was correct.
Well, and you almost got caught at one point, so you're like panicking, trying not to get caught while still spying.
Like, I think guy with the book was labeled as Megar.
No, the guy with the book is Zayat.
Yeah, but that's what I have him labeled as.
As what? Magpie?
Yeah.
No, that was a different one. That is the larger looking individual with the tribal like bone teeth and stuff adorning his outfit. He's one of the tieflings.
That's Robe Man Human.
That's Rub Man
That's
Human,
all I got.
man.
That's all I got for him.
Book Rub Man Human.
See, one of the tribal bone man tiefling.
That's the big tiefling. They're all the same type of tiefling, other than black skin and silver hair. And he's the biggest of them.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not him. This guy is human man robe with book.
No. Robe Man Human is a different one. I found my entry for.
Zayax.
Keep sounding like you're saying dude, man, bro.
Man bro.
Basically.
Yeah, I don't remember if you actually got more than that. I got more later in that night.
I got most of them, but not all of them.
All good. So, do you want to check him out? Mr.
Yeah.
Paladin? Probably best to let the nurse man do it.
I'm helping though.
Sure, you can give Max advantage on his medicine check. Or you can do investigation if you want.
No, I'll give advantage.
Alright, Max. He left him to you, Mr. Techno.
Oh, I have to actually like grab his character and stuff.
Yep.
Come on.
Unless he
Such
comes
is the burden.
You want me to roll a medicine?
Yes, with advantage because 8.
He's too busy like trying to slap Def's hand away. No, don't touch that.
You like mention it and it's like, wait. So you're telling me that was, and you let him? Oh God.
I didn't recognize him at first. It's not my fault.
Divine sense.
Can if you want.
Mark down a charge.
All right, so use divine descent. Every single one of them is giving off an evil aura that is infected. Necromancy.
Okay. Any extra evil radiating off of the alchemist, or
Nope.
What is his oath? Vengeance. I get the feeling vengeance is probably not gonna help in this particular circumstance.
All right. So, those of you who are in the city, what was your plan? Oh, you got escorted back.
Yeah, so let's say we're going back.
Our plan is to do as we're told.
All right, so you guys go back into the thing. They do send some people out to check you guys. It takes a while, but they clear you guys. Seem to be okay. They allow Edward and the dog back in and Madeline back in. You guys do retrieve Madeline eventually. They send her back over with a couple of the soldiers late. They get you guys a tent. So you have a tent and you get like your own little campfire, and they've kind of like walled off like a little makeshift fence around you guys to keep you away from everyone else. So how would you like to spend your night out in the snow?
I'm just gonna say I used my tree to
You should treat what?
help build the fire.
Nice. Way to contribute.
Yeah.
So you guys are currently sitting around a fire with the 4 of you. There's a couple of there's some like medical attendant type people with masks and as best they can trying to sit with you off in the distance. But basically, it's just you guys and the explorers.
Speaking of fire, while we were waiting for the individuals to come and check us, we'll probably grab a drink and then, like an alcoholic beverage, set it on fire, start drinking it, and make an offhand comment about can't drink fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're sitting there, you hear something fall out of your bag.
Turn around, take a look.
Your orb of locating is rolling.
Wolfgart,
It's kind of rolling slowly.
Max?
No,
I'm gonna follow this.
it's not really going too far, but it's heading back towards the city.
What are you doing, little orb?
What was the last thing you were looking for?
The hand?
No, you couldn't pass
No.
it on the
Wait,
And
hand.
the little dragon
Wait.
girl?
The loot.
The loot! Wait, no, this is big. Should I follow it, guys?
And then from behind you,
Stumble back away.
Max will do maxy things.
he's like kind of like spasming.
Nice maxi things.
This would be the
Yeah,
part where you
holds-
call for help. What's the
Uh,
number for 911?
We're by the fire though, right? Or are we?
Yeah, you're by the fire.
Hello,
Yeah, I'm
someone want to
gonna
deal
yell.
with
I'm gonna yell.
Okay. You
Max is
see
probably
two little dwarfs like run up like, they're like looking at him like, what's going on? They're like trying to like hold him, and like we see one trying to like cast a spell on him or something. It's like, hold him down, hold him down.
Wait, so
Max
it's
will
a
hold him there.
dwarf?
There's two like little medical assistants that are here from the king.
But who
Oh.
made the noise?
The breathing noise?
Yeah.
The
Bird.
guy who's currently having a spasm.
Oh,
Yeah, Bird
Burrs.
is like dying. And they're like, ah!
I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna slap him. I'm slapping him.
Stop it! Stop it! He kind of looks at you. Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
Roll a history check with advantage.
Oof. Luck point. Screw it.
Reroll the 3.
Your last luck point.
Last one.
You got this.
With advantage, don't forget. Actually, you can get advantage.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's just what's meant to be.
Rip.
A 3, a
No,
5,
I
a
don't-
5, and a 5.
Yeah. Noble, to answer your
not
question, I believe luck allows you to reroll a singular
Yeah, I think
die,
it's
not
only
the
one
entire.
die. Correct.
Yeah.
But fate spoke anyways. You look into his eyes as he sits there. He kind of holds out to you, he grabs your face, and he just kind of looks at you, and he tries to say something, and he goes limp,
Why
That's
did you
what?
let him touch me?
and he just falls back down.
Wait, what did he try to do? I
He
didn't
was like trying to talk to you, but he couldn't.
Oh. I'm gonna message him.
He's
Down?
Okay, Max is going to rub his hands together and try and do like a play on hands defibrillator kind of thing.
CPR.
They're already doing that kind of stuff. You watch them like trying to. They're actually like trained to do this. Mm.
Is he still alive?
Quick, tell us the password to your store.
Quickly.
Define alive. Clinically or mentally?
Is there a pulse?
I think he's clinically dead. Which means no pulse.
He's dead. He is holding something in his hand, though.
Oh man. You know, this guy had really good hot chocolate potions. I'm gonna miss him. What's
In his hand, Wolfgart's arrow.
You know, Dark's gonna be really pissed at you now.
He got his arrow.
I'll just
Yeah,
kind of gently take that arrow, put it in my pocket.
You watch as the he's gonna watch the recording. Like, you got it. You watch as the two dwarves just kind of sit there. You see one of them go off, and one just kind of drapes a blanket over him, starts trying to cast some other spells, looking confused. Yeah, you gather he's probably dead.
Grunkum, no, he just died. He was our friend.
Death. Roll a
Yeah.
perception check.
Perception is the only thing I'm good at, apparently.
As you're just kind of sitting there, you watch as he sits up.
Told you.
Birds?
He stands up. He kind of like looks over at you. Takes a swing at you.
Because of course he's infected.
And then all of a sudden you just watch in front of you, Def. Boom! He bursts. No splatter. Like you just watch this black aura and he flat out bursts.
Oh, that's so gross. It's so gross. Why did he do that? Medical people? What happens?
They're just like
What happened? I don't understand.
It was probably that dragon goo, Max will say.
Is that gonna happen to us?
Don't die.
Okay.
Remember what Cross's warning was. You die, there's no coming back.
So,
Yeah.
for expediency's sake, we'll say you guys finished the night's sleep. We'll remove first.
Nightmares.
Yeah,
You don't sleep very well.
Wolfgar's gonna be really pissed. The only guy who can make his bolt is permadead. Can't even res him.
So, in the morning, you guys in town get a knock on the door.
Is Ari awake yet?
It's up to you.
How
What
early
is
is it?
It's probably about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay. So she'll stir out of bed. Probably get dressed, then wander down and answer the door.
Okay.
Hello?
It's a runner. They're like, we think they're going to release your friends today. We just want to let you know you should head down to the camp when you get a chance.
So when are they going to release them?
Oh, no, I think they're trying to cure them right about now.
Great.
Probably won't take long.
Ferris, they're
Yes.
curing our friends. And she's going to fly out the door.
Okay. So while you guys are doing that, when you guys wake up in the morning, you see a procession of people coming with a couple of carts. One very elaborate cart in the middle, you see it stops out, and you watch as a couple of attendants come and open the door, and out steps a dwarven man, long silver beard, bald head, wearing dark blue robes. He has like this super large, not necessarily a chain, it's just like a bunch of balls connected by a cord, like these big silver rune balls that are around his neck. And he just slowly kind of gets out of the cart, and then he floats over to you. Doesn't want to get his feet dirty. He flies over to you, Deft. Like,
Hearted wave.
Like, he looks at the area where Burrs once was. It's like, oh,
Yeah, someone kind of exploded last night.
like, well, at least you had a good life.
I hope so.
He said, you.
Uh,
Just kidding.
Did he stutter?
He's like, oh, pleasure to meet you. Archmage Bing.
I can't say the feeling's the same, but
This is the guy who designed the delve.
so are you gonna help us out here?
No. Yeah, no, this shouldn't be too bad.
AFK.
Like,
Couple minutes.
This, I would hate to say I'm surprised, because I'm not, but this is a little overboard, even for the competition. It's like, I kind of feel like it's almost my fault. I mean, it's not. It's totally your guys' fault for letting these things happen, but I
No,
shall
I mean
make amends.
it might be a little bit your fault, but you know who's pointing?
He just looks at you. What's your name?
Candlebright.
He just looks at you.
That's the name of our team.
Like, Strunkum, I'm very well aware of who Deft is. And he just turns and smiles at you. He's like, now, if you would all be so kind, and he pulls out like this, it's almost like a half staff. It's more like a rod with a big orb on the top of it. Similar in shape to what his necklace looks like, but a different design. It's like, go ahead, put your hand on the orb for me if you don't mind.
Okay.
And you watch as you put your hand on the orb, it glows like a light green, about 30 or so seconds, and it eventually turns into like a light blue. And he's like, all right, next. And he goes one by one by one. It's like, okay, I think it's all been absorbed. He's like, I can freely say you will not explode via that spell.
You know what? That's a relief. Thanks, mister.
He's like, so who did you guys piss off?
We went in to save another team. There was this big kind of nasty dragon looking.
And he kind of looks, and he just like puts his hand on your shoulder for a second. You just watch his eyes go white. I see. Troublesome. He's like, free tip. If you catch it again, dispel magic probably will work.
Oh, that's good to know. Thanks.
Like, good luck. I hope you enjoy the competition as much as I do. And he kind of like rubs his hands together and goes back to the little caravan and proceeds back to town. About that time, you guys are coming the opposite direction, watching it head back.
What was his
What'd you say?
What was his name again?
His name is Archmage Bane. His first name, and I don't remember if I gave it to you because I was giving you like the king and all them. So the Archmage is Holman. So it's Phulmond.
Omen Bane?
Bane. Yes.
Omen Bane. That's interesting name.
And what did he design?
He's the Archmage of the city. He designed the extra dimensional competition thing that you're in. He makes the delve.
And I just gave him the sass.
Makes the creatures, makes the traps, makes the puzzles, magic, all of it. His baby.
We trigger an arrow trap, and all we see on the end of one of the arrows is a little note with the word "Steph" on it.
All the note would say is duck. Yeah. So you guys are officially healed. He absorbed it out of your bodies into the orb.
And you said we're
Yay.
just arriving now?
Yeah. I was going to make you roll one thing, but we got distracted. I needed you to roll an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Never mind.
Wait, is it a new day?
It is
No.
a new day.
Oh, it is a new day. It is a new day. So you have all 3 rolls again.
Boy.
And you got a pretty good bonus.
I've been rolling so bad.
Not high enough.
Oh, whatever. It's not a 1 at least.
Not a 1.
So you said we were...
The only thing you noticed, Steph, is when Spurs died, there's like a weird little image, like right after he exploded. You kind of think maybe it was just the fact that he was there and then not there, and then maybe it was just your eyes playing tricks on you. But it seemed a little strange.
Oh. Speaking of, can I go through his stuff?
There's no stuff to go through. He literally was like disintegrate, boom, boom, flat.
What? Oh well.
Told you to go through his stuff.
It's too late now.
Good thing you grabbed the arrow, because guess what would have happened if you hadn't grabbed the arrow?
Oh no.
You guys just see from the tip? Ari would have been out there. They purified them after all. Oh my goodness. So yes, you're all now cured and healed of your disease, and what's left of the Explorers Guild goes back to their assigned dwelling.
You said like we're just arriving here now, right?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Ari will quickly land. Deft!
Hey.
She'll run over and hug him.
You might not want to, I'm kidding. And I'll hug her back.
I'm dying. Alright. So yeah, the party gets there. You guys are given a clean health. And now you're there. Now you can share your marble story.
Is the alchemist shop still where it was?
You'd have to go look.
Grunkum is looking.
You guys don't even know he's dead yet.
Grunkum, instead of coming with us to the group, he specified he was going towards the alchemist shop.
Not there.
William missed his chance to loot the store.
William is not happy. It's like I told you, Grunkum.
You couldn't get in either.
Yeah. I was gonna use Fireball, and you said no. We could have got half his stuff.
Yeah, but when he comes back, he's super pissed.
Yeah. Bullshit. Maybe he'll give it to us after we go find him. Hopefully he's okay.
Subtle foreshadowing.
All right, so you guys arrive in time. You hug Deft. You do notice there's a red stain in the snow next to
Next to me.
you. So, like, that little to the square to the left of Deft is where he exploded.
I mean, I wouldn't stay next to it necessarily.
Okay, we'll say
Yeah,
off in the
yeah, pretty
distance. It's very apparent that something
I
happened there.
assume it looks crimson and like there's a lot of it.
It's like crimson and black.
Almost like something maybe a person filled with like some kind of tarry thing exploded.
Not even that. Like, most of it's just like obliterated, and there's like a little lining of the blood that managed to go outside the area that was destroyed.
Mm. What happened over there?
Long story. Good news, bad news. I did get a hit on your loot. Bad news, the alchemist kind of exploded.
I have very mixed feelings right now.
Uh-huh.
I feel joy. No, I just feel joy. It's like, where's the loot? And we run through his exploded spot because it's quicker to get to the loot.
You said he exploded?
Yeah, he died, and then he came back, and then he exploded. I don't really get it either.
Well, Crust did mention something about if you die when infected with that stuff, you can't be brought back. Maybe that's just what happens?
I guess so. I was trying not to think about that too much.
But you're not infected anymore.
Yep, good as new.
Wolfgart looks over at you because Wolfgart is a
Welcome back.
Order of the Ghost Slayer Blood Hunter. He's like, no. That's not how that works. He's like,
What do you?
I've seen that kind of plague before. They die, then they come back, and then you kill them again. They don't explode.
Then why did he explode?
I didn't do it.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
that's
pretty
pretty
sure he
defensive.
exploded.
Max is like, and he kind of like gives you the wink, Death. Wolfgart looks at you. Oh. You don't think.
Think what?
Max? Death?
What did you do something, Max?
You remember the thing with the thing and the remember?
Yeah,
well,
that happened.
It's an interesting story. Really not our fault at all.
Is someone gonna tell me this story?
Yeah, no, it was out of our hands. Nothing I could do.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't recognize him at first.
Yeah, what could I have done? I just had to be nice and let him do his thing. Let him do the.
She's gonna start holding a flame.
Hey, remember those people we spied on?
You see the Explorers League guys like, oh, they're here to purge us. Like, no, you're okay. You're okay.
Do I remember who?
Remember that one group that we spied on? It was someone from that group, and he put his hand on the alchemist and cast a spell, and we don't know what.
He said he was helping.
He said he was
like a
helping!
doctor.
I didn't recognize him at first, you know?
Yeah, and then we remembered from the thing in the story that it was too late. He seemed nice.
He seemed nice.
Hey, Theris.
Yes.
You're good at the magic-y stuff. Can you identify what spell was used on him?
On the alchemist?
On the puddle.
Mhm.
Is this not just from the disease itself?
No, apparently, one of the members of the other teams paid him a visit.
Anything I can gain from this by checking it out?
If you want to take a good chunk of time and maybe 20 minutes and do your ritual for detect the magic and identify, you could probably get some good hits.
Sure, whatever I need to do. Study the area.
Now,
You spend your time identifying kind of the area around it using detect magic. This definitely was not part of the disease. This was some sort of evocation spell with a delayed release. It has a really dark aura to it also. More akin to something along the lines of disintegrate, but as a different ilk.
Did anybody touch him?
Yeah.
Who?
Zyax from the Northeastern Continent group.
The West Eastern.
I don't know
West
anything
Eastern.
about this guy, do I? Because I wasn't there to see him or anything.
The only thing you know is basically what they shared, which was essentially he's a human that wears robes. He probably is a caster, and he had a creepy looking book. He didn't have it with him when he paid the visit, but when Def saw him, he had a creepy looking book.
He may be behind all of this. Maybe he's trying to cover his tracks.
But he was so nice, though.
And the other thing, roll an Arcana check for me too, Ferris, as part of that, with advantage, because you got two different aspects. Oh yeah, the hand's still gone. Shit, I forgot about that. We gotta find the hand. Ferris, you kind of take your time looking at this. You kind of piece this together. It's actually pretty genius. You get the fact the disease is some sort of necromancy, raised dead, typical zombie thing. You get the feeling the trigger of this spell was based on him becoming undead. Almost as if he knew this was going to happen.
So it was set up to kill him, but the catalyst was the zombie plague. Or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. So basically, once he died and came back, the spell that was left behind activated shortly thereafter, obliterating and removing Mr. Alchemist.
And any chance of bringing him back short of a true resurrection.
You do notice one other thing because of that Arcana check. It's something Death missed on. There's a weird, shimmer of an image here. Roll a history check at disadvantage. You can't recognize the image, but this would have been left by some sort of major magical happening of some sort.
Now, when you're talking about an image, is it a face, a place? What?
No, it's just a remnant of raw magic. Almost like a burn in your plasma TV screen of what happened here. So something of significant magic.
I just didn't know if it was something like maybe I could use, like I could try to draw out with a stick in the sand kind of thing to see if anybody else recognized or could tell what it is. Or
Do you have minor illusion?
Out of
I think you have minor illusion,
I
don't you?
think so, but I think that's. Let me double check.
I don't think you lost that one.
Out of curiosity,
Hmm.
Nobel.
Yeah, I've got
as
minor illusion
are-
from the staff, but I thought that was just for my appearance.
That's correct. Yeah.
As Ari is a sorceress, and be more sensitive.
Oh
to
no! Minor illusion, you get the ability to shapeshift is separate, so you do have minor illusion for that also.
Okay.
What was your question, Beckman?
I was gonna say, as Ari is a sorceress, and in turn more sensitive to magic, does she feel the presence of said magic?
Oh, an Arcana check.
Is the other one just an alter self spell, or?
It's basically just like a custom alter self. Yeah.
Yep, she heard stuff about her loot.
Yeah, you heard loot hit, and that's all you can focus.
So, about this lead on my loot?
Oh, yeah, the orb started rolling, and so that means it must have.
Where's
I
the
think
orb?
it's leading towards town. I got the orb right here.
It's still slowly moving. It just
Let's
hasn't been able to
go.
move because of the snow.
Yeah, we can head back to town if we're done here. There's. Do you want to slurp of IMAX? I'll go over, cover Max's ears. Do you want to like eat his soul or something?
Hey,
Whose?
The wet puddle on the ground.
I don't think the soul's long departed. Or would I know this?
There's nothing left. You couldn't even like earn him.
I'm okay. It was just a thought, you know.
How much does it cost to resurrect somebody?
You need something to resurrect, unless you have true resurrection. And if you want to do true resurrection, that's only like what 250,000 to 500,000 gold or something.
is it
Worth a
really
diamond?
that much? Nah,
insane.
I don't think it's that much.
True resurrection? True resurrection
Yeah.
can resurrect like anyone under any circumstance.
Almost.
It's
under any
the most
circumstance.
ultimate version of. It's like the level 9 spell or level. I think it's level 9, right? True resurrection?
No, because Miracle and Wish would be able to do the same
Hang on, I'll
thing in
tell you.
level 9.
Miracle and Wish work in kind of different ways, though. They can all do it, yeah.
Oh,
Wish
no,
can
I
do a
guess
lot
it
of
is
things.
true. 250 or 2,500. 25,000.
25,000? That's not that
Yep.
bad.
Yeah.
Sprinkled
Sprinkle.
holy water and diamond worth 25k.
Diamonds worth.
That's still a lot of
So it
diamonds.
doesn't have to be a singular diamond.
No,
It can be
just
a pile of
the
them.
diamond powder.
The
Yeah,
So
that's
we're
alchemist
only
No
probably
longer
could
than
afford that.
23,000 away.
only 23,000 away. And like a bunch of levels.
1 hour casting at 9th level.
Yeah, the biggest trick with True Res is less more of the components in gold and more finding a
Someone
what
that
is
can
that,
cast 9th level
17th
spells.
level cleric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even if you find someone who has the components, it doesn't mean they're going to do it for free. Although if you did find someone who's level 9, maybe. You never know.
Like the Archmage?
Archmage would be a wizard. Would
You want
actually,
some of
I guess
them.
he would have Wish, but or he would potentially have Wish.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't unless you paid him.
A lot. Wish is very dangerous.
You got to remember, this is the guy that designed this competition also. And he did have a very fancy card for the other people who did see. You get this guy maybe a little bit selfish and into himself. Rightfully
What is
so. Typical wizard.
So for the minor illusion thing, am I able to recreate so everyone else can see kind of what I'm seeing?
Yeah. So you create, it's like a fade of an image. So basically, more or less what caused is during that explosion process, something happened, and it was significant enough to basically leave like a temporary like burn in reality.
Novell, one of the first examples for Wish that they give us is something you can do. You can create one object worth up to 25,000 gold.
Oh no, so those are the cool
Value.
ones. So you could ask to do anything with Wish, but you can use the lesser versions to just guarantee something so you don't get fucked over. Like,
Yeah,
I would
I want
never
to cast a fireball.
I would never use Wish in
An open-ended
Andy's
wish.
campaign.
Oh yeah, that's very risky. The level of risk involved with Wish greatly depends on the DM. Like, I've
Very
heard
much.
stories of a DM who basically, if someone made a wish, they would write it down on a piece of paper and then it would get passed around to each other player, and they would try and find a way to screw with it.
That was I grew up with from first edition, and every DM, myself included, I know that's ever played that, wishes were the okay. Now you're playing devil's lawyer. Where are these loopholes? How can I screw you?
Yeah, no, basically every single time. It's like, this could be fun.
That's why Wish is so dangerous. Miracle works much the same, but doesn't have the risk. But there is a chance it doesn't work, from my recollection, due to the fact that, you have to get your god's permission.
I think they changed it now. As long as if you're casting any spell, basically duplicating any spell lower than 9th, there's no risk.
I'm not even seeing Miracle on the cleric list.
Did they remove it this issue or edition?
It may have been removed.
Yeah.
Oh, so as you head back to town, about 11 a.m. ish, Marble goes dead.
Marble?
The orb of location. About 11 o'clock on the nose. Last hit you basically got, it's somewhere in the eastern half of the city. But apparently, now it's not. What do you guys want to do? About this time, you would probably catch up with Gronkum and William, too, who still is missing a hand.
And looking for somebody who can craft a replacement.
Axe hand. Axe hand.
Do you want someone to build you a hand? What kind of hand do you want?
Something that will still allow me to use my two-handed weapons.
You're gonna have to go towards the trade district in the blacksmithing area, probably, and see if someone could build one, or there's maybe an inventor who can help with something.
Like an alchemist?
Probably not a whole lot of them. You'd probably want a tinkerer. You probably could find a tinkerer. You could always have a smith maybe able to do one for you, a more intelligent one. But yeah, if you want to head in that area, go ahead, and then you bring the rest of the party with you, or are you just taking the halfling?
We'll go ahead and land by him.
Or you guys could do the search for Gronkum's hand. But that could be its own adventure. So you guys catch up. Assume you share that the wizard died. William's like, Gronkum, we blew it.
Well, our next order of business needs to be fixing your hand.
I can do that.
Agree.
Gronkum, come here. Let me see your arm. And I cast Mage Hand. I make it visible, and it just hovers over his thumb like a hand. I fix.
And then he the minute he moves his hand, it all the hand holds in the same spot, and the arm moves in a different direction.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I'm just trying to make it look natural.
Hey, Theris, how much would a regenerate spell cost?
Let me look.
We could get you a hook.
Can't hold a sword with a hook.
Or an
could also
axe.
just try and get him.
But if you had a hook, maybe you wouldn't need a sword.
Hmm? Think about it.
You'd almost be like a pirate.
Hey, no, Bill, what's the 5e spell cost?
It's a 7th level
spell
spell.
service.
The components is a prayer wheel and holy water is all it takes, but it's a 7th
It's
level
Yeah.
7th
spell.
level.
Out of character, I was more referring to spell service costs
You'd
as
have to
you're
go
a
look.
cleric.
Well, it depends. See, you have to remember competition.
Yeah, but it gives us a baseline. Considering I imagine they're not moving regenerate
His
spells.
orphanage probably wouldn't have dealt with anything that expensive. They probably would have done more basic type service.
Nah, but I'm sure he's had some kind of pre-seal training.
And potentially.
Well, let's ask somebody.
Well, I mean, I used to do all the low level identifying and detecting and low level shit in the church. Would I know what the upper echelon did or charged for their services?
Roll a religion check.
Can Max give him advantage? Since Max
Not
is
for
a
this.
paladin and
He could roll his own though if he wants for this one.
Well, would my time as a soldier give me an idea of how much it would cost or know about?
If you would have received it, which not necessarily, they don't do it for everybody. Your kingdom is not as rich as it is in the future at the point you're at. They probably can't afford it for everybody. And those who get it, they probably don't end up paying for it anyway. So you would know it exists, but you would not know how much it costs. Thankfully, there's just a general idea. It could be anywhere, from depending on where you're at. It could be maybe like 2,500 gold up to 5,000 gold. You're not sure. You get the feeling if you get it done in town, though, it probably will come at a premium right now.
And I'm sure if you followed the same deity, would be a better price.
Mm-hmm. You can convert for surgery.
I believe.
Did I get a discount? I got my club card.
now you're thinking like a dwarf.
Uh-huh.
Okay, on to the smiths then.
All right. Or, I mean, you could always go try to find his hand. Chances are it could be cold.
Yeah, So where did that herb ever end up going?
No idea.
Do you think it was the Archmages?
What archmage?
There was this wizard that came by and cured them.
Guess
No,
we could
they came
ask
a lot
him.
after.
The Archmage came in a carriage, not in a giant metal orb.
Maybe it was another team?
However, what you
But
guys
it seems like
also
something an Archmage might have.
missed out on because of your condition, the night prior was the end of day 3. Meaning, registration is now officially closed. And they would have announced last night what the starting area for the competition is. Probably want to find that one out from the contest people.
Yes, definitely, because that'll help with spell selection.
Huh. Well, with what Theris just posted, maybe we could find a cleric that's high enough level that would trade something that we find in the competition for a regrown hand.
Maybe. Theris, the negotiations are going to fall to you. I'm pretty sure they're going to have negative feelings with Daft and I walking into a church.
Depending on the religion.
Most priests aren't terribly fond of us.
There are deities that have tieflings as their main source of worship.
Not in Dwarven City.
Just have to know where to look.
Yeah, and this has a mixed population too. It's probably like 75% Dwarven, 25% other.
But yes, I can speak if there's clergy of whatever either Arcana itself or whatever major Arcana deity. You can check. Of course, with the fights coming up, if there's nothing specific in there, I seriously doubt they're going to render services before payment. Especially if we die in the tournament, we may not be able to pay.
Yeah. You're probably not going to get someone to do it, and it probably will be more expensive than it normally would be. Because especially if they know people are trying to get healed before the tournament, they know they're really inclined to pay because what are you drawing?
I don't know what you're talking about, Noel.
So you go, are you going to go try to find a church, or are you going to go try to find smiths and whatnot?
A smith.
Our other option is we could talk to Garen, see if he can help us out.
You actually don't know what Garen is, but you could try to find him.
He's a prince. I imagine it's not terribly difficult.
You can certainly try. So, what order are we doing these?
Was out of curiosity, was Garen there when we got there?
No, Garen was taken away. Basically, right after you guys told him, they took him somewhere else. You get the feeling they were not about to keep him with the rest of them.
So we still have to return a signet ring.
Oh no, they have signet ring.
Okay, so the
Lord has the signet ring.
Okay.
Yeah, so they collected him like immediately and moved him somewhere safe. But yeah, he's probably fine too. You just haven't seen him.
If we can find him.
He was probably fine before you. He was probably fine yesterday.
Yeah, I imagine if he was in danger, they didn't wait.
Yeah, they probably figured it out on him. Or they could have even infected someone else intentionally to figure it out so they didn't even risk it, which is very possible. So yes, you are all cured. So you got the hand thing. So Smith first, then healer, or did you want to go to the prince? I leave that up to you. Or did you want to go check out what the starting area was and see who finalized?
We can do that better.
Alrighty then. And then don't forget, the following day you got to go to the opening party.
Well, Kraken, it's your hand.
Well, let's get the bad news from the church first, and then the smith, and then the prince.
Okay. So you guys find a church. I assume you go in first.
Yeah,
Deft and I are
with Gronkum. Are you bringing Gronkum in, or are you telling them someone needs a hand?
I'll just go to see if services can be rendered at all.
They kind of look. There's a couple of people in there. They look decently busy. They probably have available. Like, we only have one person who can do that. Unfortunately, it'd probably be like 2 days.
And would this be a monetary cost or services rendered in exchange?
Let's see. He kind of looks. Like 1 sec. And he runs into the back. It's like, it's gonna be 3,500 gold pieces. It's just the hand, right? You said, not the whole
severed
arm?
at the wrist.
Yeah, 3,500 gold pieces. But it should work good as new. Might take it a couple of days to kick in, but yeah, if we could do it in about 2 days if you're available.
Thank you for the information. I'll check with my companions, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
So, how much do we have in our group funds?
Let's see.
So the downside, it's midday day 2. 2 days from now, you will be in the competition.
And if I don't have a hand, I won't be any use in the competition.
Well, you won't not be any use. You just won't be handy.
You can't use two-handed weapons or make a bonus action offhand attack or main hand attack, whichever it is.
Not easily.
It's my main hand that is missing.
So you can use bonus action to attack.
Well, I have had 800.
That's my punching hand.
It's going to cost 35, so
The issue right now isn't the money. The issue is the only availability they have tournament.
now do we not have time in between days of tournament to do anything?
You are midday day 2, so 2 days from now, so 2 afternoons later, because it's afternoon on day 2 right now, you're going to be inside.
Right, but once that is finished, is there a
break?
break?
No, like once you're in, you go until out. Like it's everybody in, and you're in there for a couple of days, depending.
Okay, on to the smiths.
Yeah, you could do a smith or find someone who could do it sooner. Maybe find someone a little bit more private that may charge more, but do it quicker.
I say you have a smith forge like a spike to put on the end of that thing.
Okay.
Or a
So you guys, as you guys head to the trade district, everyone who's helping him look around, roll a perception check to see you guys find the thing that looks like something that might work. Shut up. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
And as we're walking, I have Phoenix Fire. I could set it on fire. That might work.
How would setting his arm on fire?
Cauterize it.
Well, we already cauterized it. It's not bleeding anymore.
Well, it's just more thinking, Phoenix Fire does sometimes. Well,
What if
Phoenixes, I should
What
say.
if you made a
sometimes
torch on it? You could take a torch and you could just wrap it to his arm and light it, and he can be like Torchy McTorchhand. You give him a bottle of alcohol he can spit. I know what you were thinking. Unfortunately, no, it would not work.
Doesn't stop her from
It'd be like
proposing the
Caliban
idea.
from the original Clash of the Titans claymation movie. He's got that little trident hand thing.
Let's see.
Death finds a guy selling a half-orc ale.
Deft.
Yes.
As you are looking around, you're kind of looking up and down the aisles. Madeline's kind of walking behind you too, because why not? You look around, you see a vendor who sells solid metal hands. For people that don't have them, they don't move, so you could hit things with it. Some of them come in different shapes, so you can try to grab some stuff. You kind of pass what looks like a tinker shop, but it looks really, really fancy and really, really expensive. But they have all sorts of weird stuff in there. And then, as you're getting ready to go, you hear a cracking sound. And you hear people like, ooh. And then you hear another one. It sounds like stone breaking.
I'm curious.
You walk in the back alley and there's like 12 people watching. Roll an intelligence check. Yeah, no. See, like this little humanoid individual. You're not sure exactly what he is, but you look on his arm, and it's kind of like a sleeve. So it's a big hand, and it goes up to probably about right below the elbow on where your arm would be. And then it's got like a brace that ties up on the higher part of the arm. And he's doing a demonstration right now, apparently trying to hawk this invention of his.
Huh. I'm gonna wave the rest of the party over.
Like, I call it the punch-o-matic, people.
I
Crockham
imagine
is
Ur is
interested.
probably already with him.
He's like, Like, well, what happened there?
He lost a fight with a ball.
That's some ball. He's like, well, here, everyone, watch. Why don't we let our fine friend here demonstrate? He's like, why don't you show them what the punch-o-matic could do for an individual in your situation? And he goes and starts to strap it on you. He's like, all right, son. He's like, all right, son. Why don't you go ahead? He's like, he like looks down to make sure no one's walking towards the alleyway. He's like, why don't you punch that wall?
I punched the wall.
Roll an athletics check with advantage because it's not moving.
I get advantage on it to begin with.
Ooh, well, you drop the nat one. You go to punch, and your hand goes clean through the wall and pulls back out.
I put a sword in my hands?
You see, the punch-o-matic makes quick work of buildings. Oh, yeah. You go to move it, and you can fully move it. You got fingers. They're big fingers, but I mean, you could hold like a two-handed sword. I wouldn't like try to use chopsticks.
And how much does a device like this cost?
It's like, step into my office, and he like walks behind a dumpster. He's like, well, you see, minor problem.
When they go behind the dumpster, by the way, Ari's gonna like nudge Deft and then kind of gesture over to the dumpster.
Uh-huh. And I'll just kind of listen in using the.
He's like, the problem is, I think my invention's really good, but I don't have a lot of capital. This is the only one I got. But I have a plan. I will lend this to you. But if you win, I get 2,000 gold.
1,000.
I need 2,000 so I can make more units. If I have 2,000, I can make more units and get my product off the ground. And it would also be a great marketing opportunity.
1,500.
Bargain to keep the hand.
And I get to keep the hand.
So 1,500 gold. For me, I can fund the rest of them. You get to keep this one forever. That right?
Yep.
And you're marketing for me. Don't forget.
I will tell everyone where I got it from.
All right. Well, it's an honor. Let's shake on it. And he reaches for your big metal hand.
I'll
And now
shake his
he
hand.
needs. Now he needs a new hand.
You shake the hand. Like, all right. Like, don't skip out on me. I'll find you.
I'll be right back. I go over to the rest of the party. I need 200 gold.
200. I heard 2.
Well, I bargained it down to 1,500. I've got 1,300. I need 200.
All right.
Most of our gold is back in the house.
Max, do you have any extra gold?
Oh, no. You can pay him afterward. You don't have to pay him now.
Yeah, but if I pay him now, I don't have to worry about it later.
That is true.
Jeremy actually doesn't have 200 on him. Dan?
Wolfgart? Yes.
Wolfgart's always poor for some reason. I don't know what he spends his money on for the most part.
Exploding bolts that cost a freaking fortune and
Just
never
true.
one use.
That's
That he doesn't
probably very true.
get. So I think
So
Depp
how
still
much?
has
How
that,
much do
doesn't
you
he?
have? How much are you trying to come up with?
200.
200. Oh, I don't think.
Ari has the gold. The problem is she doesn't have it all.
I have 800 gold.
Surely you could lend him 200.
Okay, here's the thing. A couple months ago, I had never even seen 200 gold before, so I'm a little reluctant to part with my.
Heck, 2 weeks ago you hadn't
Come
seen
on.
200 gold.
Yeah.
Money is a very new thing for you. You just literally got money within the last 10 days for the first time in your life.
I'm so rich.
For me? She'll look up at him with the big innocent eyes.
For Gronkum, and I'll hand over 200 gold.
All right.
Thank you. Take it.
You're
Give the
welcome.
money as 1,500 gold.
You're like, wow. Thanks. Good luck
Now
out
you can.
there.
Now you can start making them, and when the competition is over and I've won it, then you can sell more of them.
We'll cut off
Yes.
as many hands as we can.
Exactly.
There you go. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a bonus for every hand you cut off.
Don't
Okay.
even think about it.
Excellent. Don't forget to keep track.
Oh, I will. I
Freaking-
will hand the hands to you.
I was about to say, when we get out of here, Crocum's just gonna have a bandolier of freaking hands.
Now to find a bandolier.
All right. As you walk away, he pulls out like a little flute and starts to play it as he just kind of sits on a box.
You're so lucky I rolled that 20.
All right, you guys head out.
Yep, I've got my hand. It only costs 1,300 gold.
All right, so you have your hand. It's got the arm strap on it. You so far know it does extra damage to structures and buildings, and you can also wield your sword. Other than that, you haven't really played with it much.
You're gonna pay me back, right, Gronkum?
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure. Happy to help, though.
You need to go practice with your sword.
Gronkum heads back to the house so he can practice with his sword and see what else his hand can do.
All right, so you play around with the sword. So after a while, you basically learn that aside from it being strong, you get a advantage on athletics checks using that arm. Depending what you're doing, we can kind of go over that. You can punch with it as a D8. It can wield your weapon. Other than that, stuff nothing else new other than that.
So punch does D8 instead of a 4.
You deal double damage to structures.
Double damage to structures.
I'll make your card for it too.
Cool.
You're not really sure on any magic components because you're not really a magical kind of guy.
Nope, it does what I want it to. That's all that really matters.
Do I get anything special for my 20?
You gained half your wounded HP back.
Cool. Great.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Is that a consumable he can use at a later point?
No. All right, so Gronkum has an arm hand.
Now, as for the rest of us, we should find out what we missed. The
Yeah, that's
Paladins
a good-
probably know.
You can go to the contest thing too. It's permanently open now. Like the official stuff has started.
The registration area has all the
Mhm.
info. Oh, I guess we'll
Yeah,
go there.
same place you were before. So,
Did the alchemist join the paladins?
the alchemist did not join the paladins. The alchemist joined Falkirk.
Yeah, we should probably also make a stop by their team.
So you guys get there. You do look, and it looks like it was finalized at 15. It looks like the druids from Newen's Grove finally arrived. It looks like Tipsy Fox arrived last. Yeah, other than that, I think you have all the other teams, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every team is now accounted for, even the Explorers League. Short 2 members, but here nonetheless, after all they've been through. You look, and they did announce the opening area. And you look, and it's kind of like a painted portrait, and you just see vast forests, mountain ranges, hills, deserts, ocean. It looks like this is the first hunting ground. It's called the hunting ground. It shows basically the area is more or less filled with all sorts of creatures and wonderful creations made by your dear friend the wizard. So this is one of the larger. So out of the areas, there's 5 of them. So normally you guys start here, and then people find portals to other areas, exits to other areas, and they start diverging from there. But everyone does start the same exact area. You look, and there's a couple of cages that are empty that look like maybe something was on display.
I am guessing probably examples of some of the creatures.
You gather.
Kronkum, you're right.
And Grelcom, off in the distance, near the end of kind of this area where they have the competition, you see a familiar-looking track that is kind of impacted into the ground that goes up to kind of like a big open flat space here, and then it just disappears. It looks like something was rested here, and then all of a sudden it just vanished.
Look up.
No. Nothing here. Whatever it is, it's gone.
Point out the disturbed area to the rest of the
Oh,
party.
it's like on the ground. So whatever that orb was, it looks like it was coming here. So it came to the registration area. You probably gather it was a team.
And only 2 teams have showed up recently.
The only 2 teams that showed up,
The Tipsy
at some
Fox
point,
Desert
the
Rail.
Druid Grove appeared, and the last team to show up was Tipsy.
So Tipsy Fox has his hand.
Maybe. They may have it and just not know they have it. It probably just got to the thing.
Do we know where they're being housed?
You go to look. They apparently have their own residence listed, but it doesn't say where it is.
I'll ask one of the competition workers. You know where this is?
No, there's nothing listed at all. It's not even shown. They basically just provided their own place and forgoed having the provided housing.
I would have to guess probably a metal ball somewhere.
Like, yeah, no, that thing was cool.
Did it have a hand on it?
They just look at you like.
I point out my new medal.
They just
Like
kinda
this, but real.
look. Oh, no. Haven't seen any hands. So sorry, though.
I'm just gonna take a look and see if you said it's Falkirk that hired the alchemist, right?
Falkirk, he joined their team.
Yeah.
Didn't hire
so,
him, he just joined them.
Well, I'm just gonna take a look to see where they live.
They live in the castle. That's the only team living in the castle.
Okay, well, I guess we're not getting in to inform them of their missing comrade. Or not missing,
Probably
deceased.
a good chance by this point they probably already know.
Probably.
But yeah, if you see him, mention it. You never know. I mean, you could always check the board and see.
I suppose, yeah, he would have to be listed. I assume he's not.
You look, there's currently an empty listing. No team member 6.
Is Ewan?
On the Druid roster?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Newen is here somewhere.
I'll take his hand.
I'll take his hand. I'll use the sap to grow a new hand. I've seen it been done.
The thought process you're
Well, you know that they created people using this sap somehow, so, I mean, a hand shouldn't be that hard. A hand's way easier.
Yeah, but he didn't say he was going to take his sap. He said he was going to take his hand.
They're sapping it. Right, Grunkum?
Listen, all I'm saying is if he tries to take Ari's hand, they're going to have some issues.
No current members of my
Speaking
team.
of which, Jeff.
Yeah.
Clink, 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 clink.
Ari?
Rolling,
roll.
rolling.
Let's go.
Your marbles rolling.
And, like, without missing a beat, he's going to grab him by the arm and start flying out as to wherever the hell it's rolling to.
Okay. Does the whole party go?
Gronkum's going.
I think
guys-
Rockham's probably about the only one who can keep up.
You guys get there, you follow it to an area, and then it disappears again shortly thereafter. Actually, wait. No, it doesn't disappear. It's still there. Sorry.
Yeah, I should probably also mention you're going to have that active.
And you watch as it rolls up, and it starts rolling towards a building.
Gonna keep following it.
It rolls up, and then it, like, hits the steps of this building and can go no further.
We'll lift it up to the top of the steps.
You see 2 guards looking at you. Hi.
Hi, I think you have something of ours in there.
Oh, do you live in this Lord's Manor? Because I thought the Lord lived in this manor.
No.
Are you
but,
sure? Let me go ask him really quick.
Which
How many
Lord?
guards are out there?
You look. Let's see. This is the home of Gul'dan Hammerhand. Guldain Hammerhand. One word. It's pretty
I'll
big.
show him a hammer hand.
They're like, yeah, I get it. Like Hammerhand, because a hand. Like, yeah, but you're not coming inside. Sorry, folks.
Is it very clear that the orb is leading into the house, or is it trying to lead beyond the house?
I mean, you can do some testing and see.
We'll do some very quick testing.
Okay, so you kind of
Basically,
walk
we'll take it over
down
the
the road.
house.
Do you want to? I'd be careful flying around too much. But so how high do you want to fly up? In this area,
Over
I'm
the
walking.
house.
you could probably ceiling here. So this is probably like 200 feet ceiling. So I mean, you have room. So you want to just like fly straight up, or are you going like up and then down?
Probably up and then like just over, not back down.
Right, roll a perception check to see if you find a place where someone's not going to see you do it.
Okay. She's probably not as concerned whether or not someone. Yeah, she's not concerned whether or not someone sees her flying over a house.
You lose your
She's
hand.
not, because she's not
It
flying
just falls
low
right
to.
off.
So you're gonna take off right by the guards, fly up over that house that they're on.
Yeah, probably past the wall, since I imagine there's probably a perimeter.
Mhm.
And she'll be well above the house.
Okay. So as you take off over the house, they start running inside and grabbing bows, and like, hey! And you see about 4 others start gathering their bows and looking at you, very concerned that you're flying over the Lord's manor.
It's
What would
it's
you
okay.
like to do?
She's flying to the other side. It's fine. We're just trying to find something of ours.
They have weapons drawn at you, very concerned. You get the
One's
feeling
on
this
the-
is not normal protocol.
Once on the other side, does the orb pull back towards the house?
It's got to be set down to roll.
Okay, so she'll land on the opposite side of the house then.
It rolls
Or on the
back the other
opposite-
way,
Like back towards the.
the way you came from, towards
Alright.
the house.
She'll do another arc over.
You watch they're running back. Hey! One's actually going to lose a shot at you.
Gronkum's gonna swing at the one that takes a shot at her.
No.
They're inside
This
the
way.
house. You are on the outside. They're inside the gates. That's for 21. They rolled a
Yeah,
17.
that does actually hit.
That is 5 points of hit.
She's gonna look down. Shoot me again, and I will retaliate.
No, we're not retaliating. Ari,
And
get
then
back down
she'll
here.
go back down and land.
They're
beside-
all going to start shooting now.
We are going to
actively
book it.
threatening a Lord's guards.
We are booking it. I'm pulling them away.
Your call.
We're not just gonna go beat up some guards. We're gonna get arrested.
They stole something from us.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna let us in though. There are other ways we can
Not
handle this.
now.
They attacked us.
Yeah, she was not within their grounds, and they just opened fire at her.
This guy oversees the entire district. It belongs to him.
She's
And
gonna
flying
land with the
over
party.
his secure home, yeah.
Listen,
Very well
he
within
did
his
not
means to get you.
designate it as a no-fly zone.
And he still gets the final say other than the king. So, yeah, probably not the wisest idea. But you still roll with it.
Yeah, no,
We
I'm
can
just
take
yelling
them.
back. No, I'm yelling back like, I'm so sorry. We're so sorry. We're gonna leave, and I'm just pulling the other two away.
They're just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Like, are we under attack?
No!
It's okay. We can get it back. I can sneak in or something.
Alright.
All right, how long do you want to wait to go back in?
Probably not soon.
We don't have very long.
It might disappear again.
William's just sitting there like, what are we gonna do?
You make me invisible, William?
Does he have invisibility?
You're gonna sneak in?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, let Def do it.
I don't think he has invisibility.
Well, Def need backup.
If Def needs backup, you'll let us know, and I can teleport us in. Or teleport in and get him.
No, someone else had invisibility. Ari has
Def has
invisibility.
invisibility. No,
Oh,
Ari
Def
doesn't
does.
have it.
I have it, but I don't have level 3 spell.
You don't have a level 3.
Did
I
you
mean,
use it today?
turn yourself invisible and head in.
Well, yeah, but I can't turn anyone else invisible.
No, but none of us have your stuff
Yeah,
capabilities.
yeah.
Alright, so Def can go in. William's just looking to see. I actually don't think he has. That's super helpful. He can polymorph someone. That could be handy.
That would be fun.
Just not in this particular.
What do you want to be?
Let's hold off on that idea. Def, you know what to do.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna
What?
use the orb to try and triangulate where the loot is in the.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check with advantage as you do that. As you do that, William's like, what team's here?
I don't know.
Doesn't it say on the board where everyone lives?
Where one of the teams here?
I mean, it's the Lord's Manor. Isn't that where people are staying? Except for us, because he looks over at Wolfcart. Reasons?
This was Bardic Inspirations, wasn't it?
Bardic Inspiration is staying here. Yes, they are. And that is where we'll end tonight.
The mystery of the missing loot.
The bards.
Local noble's house was burned down today.
Bards missing.
Hands. The barge will be missing hands.
In other news, a hand was found. Like the kids that you saw earlier, Gronkum, were just playing with the hand. Oh. Yeah, no, this cool thing went by and then we just found it.
So messed up.
I got a new hand. It's better.
Maybe you'll find it. You never know.
Yeah, we fixed it. It's fine now.
Yeah. So, officially, next Friday, we go inside, people.
Yes, we go inside that manor.
Right?
Grogum's ready to go in.
If it were not this late, I would be tempted, but I have to do a bunch. But
Yeah, I gotta
next
get
week.
up early tomorrow.
Next
No,
week.
before Def pulled Grogum away, he was getting ready to rage and just start swinging.
That is a terrible idea. Almost as bad as punching an orb. That's rolling very fast.
I didn't punch it. I tried to grab it.
Close enough.
Ari told me to.
That reminds me of the end of Problem Child, too. I command you to stop. Yeah, thankfully he cast Stone Skin on you. That really would have hurt.